That's David Phelps from the Freedom Founders Mastermind community. Today I want to talk about setting up a blueprint. That is a roadmap for getting you from where you are today, point A, to point B. Now, what is point B? Well, I think point B needs to be your personal freedom point. We talk a lot about that in Freedom Founders, how to determine that. A big piece of that, of course, is the cash flow metric, the amount of cash flow that it takes to replace your active income. That truly gives you freedom in a financial sense. There's other pieces of the freedom blueprint, but my key point today is that there are a lot of people who are very, very good at doing things, being busy, and getting certain things done. But my question is, are they always the right things? I had a one-on-one coaching call with one of my elite Freedom Founders members today. This is a dentist who has been in practice for probably close to 30 years. He's really at the top of his game. He has 2 associates in his practice. He's doing quite well, although he is still feeling the pinch of managed care, Delta Dental, and downgrading and decreasing his margins. So, like everybody, he's having to build additional models in place. He's having to add adjunct procedures so that he's not diminished by the coding of Delta Dental. That being said, he gets a lot of stuff done. And today on our call, he was laying out multiple things that he was putting into place, and they were all good things. Trust me, they were good things to do. But my question back to him was that were these all the right things? In other words, just having a long list of things to get done that maybe look good on paper may not be the things that would actually move the needle. So here's what I told him. I said I'll call him Bob. I said, Bob, let's focus on 2 major rocks. Now, what's a rock? A rock is a key activity, or let's call it a project. It's more like a project that's going to really move the needle, meaning make some major movement headway towards your major goals. Everything else can be done if you get these rocks done first. They've got to be a priority, and we typically try to put rocks on a quarterly path. In other words, set up a rock that you can get done in a quarter. Some rocks may take more than a quarter, so you break it down into 2 pieces, but that's not the point here. I said, let's focus on 1 rock for the practice and 1 rock for your finances. And doing so, I said we can make some major headway in both arenas. What's the most important thing that we can help you focus on right now to make your practice a better practice for you? Primarily for him, he wants more time off. He's got 2 associates, how to move them into a position where they're producing more and he can take more time off. Can't go into the details on what we talked about, but we really nailed down some key elements and gave him a 90-day forward-looking position to work on, and chopping it down into weeks. So every week he had a piece to break off and could get this thing done in 90 days. The other rock was in his financial arena. And again, this doctor has considerable assets he's built up over the years through traditional means of building up his investment portfolio. What was interesting is we looked at his net worth and how much of his net worth was not really producing much in cash flow. So we talk about cash flow, sustainable, predictable cash flow in Freedom Founders, about that's being the key to your freedom point. Just having a lot of net worth, accumulated savings, investments, that kind of thing that's not producing reliable, sustainable income is really not worth a lot. And so when I took his numbers and showed him that we could take 1/3, yeah, that's 1/3 of his current net worth, and turn that into cash flowing income, that was going to produce $26,000 per month for him, and that was his goal. Right now he's at about 6 or 7,000. I showed him very quickly how we could take only 1/3 of his remaining net worth and convert that into sustainable, predictable cash flow, and he would hit his freedom point from a monetary standpoint. That was a huge revelation. He hadn't looked at it that way. He was still in that accumulation mode that a traditional financial planner had been on, that was going to keep him on that treadmill for probably 10 more years. He can actually start to cut himself loose as soon as we change his modus operandi in terms of his cash flow from his net worth. Relatively simple, but again, outside eyes make all the difference in the world. So that's just a tip from me today to you, to instead of trying to do a lot of things on a list, all which may be good at some level, focus on a couple of big rocks, maybe just 2 a quarter, to really make things happen. It may be in your practice, maybe in your finances, maybe one in each, but you've got to focus that. Get a coach, get a mentor, somebody who can help you discern what you need to do, and you can make a huge difference in your life. 4 quarters per year, you get these rocks done, and significant changes happen in your life, rather than just staying on that hamster wheel, being busy, thinking you're productive, but not really getting things done. All right, that's my tip for today. Remember, always stay focused on your freedom. It's David Phelps. I'll see you next time.